Hey guys, we're back. Another video. Today we're going to be reviewing Demon Slayer, both the anime and the manga, since we both read them. You want to choose what song?
Uh, uh, um, let's do the one by Eimer, the one for the Entertainment District arc. The song.
Okay, we talked about that a little bit during our bracket, but so the
I don't
song
know.
he's referring to is Zankyo Sanka by Aimer,
Ankyo Sanka.
which is a goated song.
Look at my muscles. Oh my god.
Yeah, sure. Those are muscles.
Oh, all right. I've been I've been working at the gym, bro. See this?
All right, just to show you that I have evidence. I have book 1 of Demon Slayer. I have book 2, and I have book 17. And we'll get to why I have 17 because my favorite moment in the whole series is on 17. But let's just start from the beginning.
Yo, bro. I identify as
Tanjiro's
a female. Episode.
all right. So basically, Tanjiro, he's chill. He's a little guy. He's got a cool little man bun. His family, they're like pretty poor, but they're happy. And then a demon comes and murders his whole family.
Michael
And
Jackson comes from his family.
yeah, Michael Jackson. And oh yeah, I'll put a spoiler alert back there, but and his Michael Jackson turns his sister Nezuko, who is I'll put a picture of her, and then she turns her into a demon.
Musical child.
And then Tanjiro is carrying her through the snow, and that's when we first meet Giyu, Tomioka Giyu, who is we'll talk about what group he's in later. He's very strong. He is part of the Demon Slayers, concerning, among the name. And then he knocks him out and then sends them to a trainer named Orokadaki, who's got this Tengu mask. He's cool. He was a previous Water Hashira, and then Hashira are the group that Giyu is a part of. Giyu is the Water Hashira.
And Hashira are like the top of the top demon slayers.
Yeah, we'll talk about each of them in turn. He trains with the Rokadaki for a year, and so he can split a huge boulder, and he can also sniff out this thing called the opening thread, which is a little bogus, but whatever. Maybe his nose is like Squidward, but whatever.
Nose.
About to, about to drink the bikini bottom slushy. But yeah, whatever. He trains, and he goes to this thing called Final Selection, which is basically, are you going to get into the Demon Slayers or not? And so he's greeted by these two little people. One, we learn about them later on, but one of them is a girl, one of them is a boy, even though they both totally look like girls. And then he does Final Selection. He defeats this hand. I believe it's just called the Hand Demon. It's pretty gross. It's kind of like something you'd see in Dark Souls or Bloodborne or something. But he defeats it. He survives for 7 days on that mountain. But yeah, Hysteria or Wisteria, whatever purple flower that is, that wards off the demons. And then
Yes.
and then he oh god, what does he do? He goes and fights the demon that can go into the mud, and there's 3 of them. For a little bit, he has Nezuko in a little box on his back that has special light wood, so it feels like he's not even carrying anything at all. And God, what and it protects her from the sunshine because demons can't go into sunshine. That's Muzan's whole Muzan Kibutsuji. Muzan is the name of the main villain of the story. He's Michael Jackson, but he just kind of chills, and he wants to be able to go out in the sunlight because he's been a demon for forever, and he wants to go out in the sunlight. So he wants Nezuko, and Who do they fight after the hand? That one demon. Oh yeah,
Isn't
he
it like the
goes
whatever?
the what?
The twin demons, the one with like the bell and the other one with or like the ball demon or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay, he goes to this. He goes to this doctor's house. Who's the female demon doctor's name?
What you
Oh
want me to look
god.
it up?
No, I'll put it up there. And she also has a guy that she works with. I don't know. I don't know his name either. It's like you. Actually, hold on. I can look at it real quick.
Oh, Tamayo. That's the demon.
Tamayo, whatever you want to call it. Oh, there's that, and then there's Okay, so and he goes and fights these two twins. There's the arrow demon who's got eyes on his hands, and then there's the Tamari demon. A Tamari is like a ball, and she has 6 arms.
It's a nut demon, bro.
And then they defeat them. Oh yeah, by the way, Tanjiro uses water breathing is his main form for now.
What's spoiling it, go?
What do you mean spoil? We're reviewing the whole series.
Don't spoil it.
Okay, and then they go to the house with a taiko demon. Taiko is a drum, a traditional drum that Japanese people play, like the dong 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 dong. That's the demon that goes dong, and like the room changes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he meets our yeah, and he meets two of our other main characters, a guy named Zenitsu, who has lightning breathing. They breathe in this game game. I have the Demon Slayer game, Demon Slayer Hinokami Keputan, but anyway, and a guy named Inosuke. Inosuke uses beast breathing, I think. Yeah, beast breathing.
And it's a form he made up by himself.
Yeah, he made up that form by himself.
Because he's a Chad, dude.
Yeah, at one point, he's like, poison doesn't work on me because I'm from a really tough mountain. And I was like, bro, that does not make any sense at all.
It's like I'm immune to poison because I grew up in the hood.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then there's the meme where Tanjiro looks at Zenitsu like this.
Right.
Yeah, I'll put that image. And then what happens after that?
So isn't it the entertainment district arc after that?
Maybe. Oh my god, the mountain, the spider mountain.
Oh, Spider Mountain, yeah. So there's
Yeah,
this little. So they get sent. So Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke get sent to this mountain where there's apparently a really powerful demon, and they have to kill it. But it turns out it's like a whole family of demons living there.
spider demons.
Spider demons, whole family of spider demons, and the dad of the group is the main bad dude because he's like.
Well, we think he's the main bad dude at first.
At first, but then
it's revealed that Rui, who's like the little brother, is and we meet Murata, who is the best character. He's the most overpowered character in the show.
Who's definitely not only used for like a few scenes and one other scene at the ending of the.
He's definitely not Hercule, but in Demon Slayer. But yeah, he is. But so they go there and they fight Rui. Rui's really strong. He's lower 6. Out of a system of, so it's basically the Hashiras of the demons. They're called the lower and upper moons. Upper 1 is the strongest, lower 6 is the weakest. So Rui is the weakest, but Tanjiro awakens his. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this, but Demon Slayer is by Koyoharu Gotoge, and it's animated by Ufotable. Gorgeous animation, at least in the scene where he unlocks a different the form of breathing that his father taught him called Hinokami Kagura,
which is the original breathing technique that all of the breathing forms are derived from.
Exactly. It was used by the founder of the Demon Slayers. Manga spoiler here. I guess manga spoilers from now on. By the founder Yoruichi. He's super cool looking, and his brother turns into Upper Moon 1, he has like 6 eyes, and he has this crazy sword with spikes coming out of it, and he uses moon breathing. The moon opposed to his brother's son, I guess you could say. And Yorichi actually died standing on his feet, facing off against his demonized brother, which is it was such a sick moment.
It
Oh
was
my
one of
god.
the saddest too. No lie.
Yeah, because it was like,
Like,
But so they fight, they defeat Rui, and Nezuko unlocks her blood demon art. It's burning blood. Basically, she can turn her blood on fire. And then the entertainment. Oh my god, I'm choking. Okay, and then the Rengoku saga happens, or the Mugen Train saga happens.
best saga ever. No lie.
And this is where Xavier. You wanna do the Mugen Train since it's your favorite
All right,
Hashira?
hear me out. My boy Tanjiro, Inosuke, and the god tier man Zenitsu have to meet up with the fire Hashira, or no, the flame Hashira of Rengoku. You see, because Rengoku's a G. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Rengoku just
fire and flame
flame
are like really
different.
different in this.
Fire is Hinokami Kagura. Flame is kind of like off-brand Hinokami Kagura.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they and Rengoku's on this train because he was sent there by the Demon Slayer Corps because there's a demon there. So, what they do is they end up finding him, and he's eating, because he's a Chad.
Umai!
Umai!
Umai! Yeah.
And after they meet him, they kind of realize that, oh man, this dude kind of cool because he's like kind of like a big brother to him. And that's when everyone starts falling asleep. And then turns out that that's the work of a demon, putting everybody to sleep. And the demon is actually fused. Wait, no, that's later. Okay. What am I thinking? Anyway, after that, they all have to go through the own dreams, and the sad thing about it is that Rengoku's dad was the previous Flame Hashira, and he didn't want his son to become a Hashira, but he did it anyway. So he kind of resents his. Well, he doesn't really resent him, but he kind of pushes away from his son, only because he can't bear to see him going through what he went through as a Hashira. So their bad memories start with Tanjiro, who relives the memory of not being there for his family when they died. Zenitsu's bad dream is
This is funny. It's him and Inosuke's are not important.
Oh wait, no, they're not bad dreams. They're good. No, I forgot.
It's Zenitsu's is where he tries to cut the guy's balls off when he comes into his dreams. Oh yeah, spoiler. These kids, they have illnesses. I think cancer or something, and they want to die, and so the demon will kill them. And so they go into our heroes' dreams and try to go to the outer limit and destroy their inner core.
Which kind of kills them from the inside out.
Yeah, kills him from the inside out. But the guy who tries to kill Tanjiro's, he sees that Tanjiro's inner core is so nice that he just doesn't do it, and then Nezuko breaks him free, and then he breaks the other ones free, and then go ahead. Uh-oh. Okay. I think Xavier's frozen, so I'll just go ahead. So this demon called oh, you're back. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm back.
Explain after after they get free.
After they get free, Rengoku's like, "Oh hell no! What you doing, my boy?" And he says, and he's like, "That demon is looking a little sussy. I think I gotta extinguish it." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then so the Tanjiro climbs on top of the train because he was the first person to wake up, and he tries to battle the demon, and he almost kills it. Except the demon fuses with the train.
What's the demon's name? It's like Enma or Emma.
Enma, I'm pretty sure.
Enma. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he fuses with the train. So whenever the other people, because he can't actually wake them up, so he has to trust in them to wake up, And when Rengoku wakes up, this is one of the sickest scenes ever. He sheaths his sword, leans back like this, and he like spirals like this alongside and like on all the parts of the train that have like demon uh ball sacks on it. And then that's just sick. And then Zenitsu, Zenitsu gets his time to shine because when Zenitsu's sleeping, that man is
Oh yeah, by
hot
the way, he's a real scaredy cat and like
when he's
just the
awake.
most annoying human being ever when he's awake. But when he falls asleep or gets knocked out, he turns into a
Uh,
base
uh,
Chad.
he turns into Giga Chad, and Inosuke
Mm-hmm.
is just a Chad, and he calls Tanjiro something else. I don't.
Gonpachiro or like he always messes up.
Gonpachiro, yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
always
always
messes it
messes
up.
up
He
his
never
name.
calls him just Tanjiro.
And then so they're battling the train. That sounds so weird. They're battling a train, and then Tanjiro is uh to wake up from the dream. Tanjiro is simultaneously falling asleep and then killing himself in the dream, falling asleep. And he almost kills himself in real life, and then Inosuke does it, and he uses Hinokami Kagura sun wheel, fire wheel, something wheel. It's like this attack and he slices the demon's spine, which is the bottom of the train, and the train derails, and our heroes think they've won.
But
But
then
then
let
upper
let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it.
okay.
Let me do it. Then you see this dude, this little cuh with purple hair, show up after the demon's dead, and it's Upper Moon. What 3?
Three.
Upper Moon 3 Akaza. And Upper Moons are like the best of the best demons. Like, and since he's Upper 3, there's only like 2 people above him. So Akaza shows up, and he's like, "Man, you're looking sussy." And then Rengoku's like, "Oh hell no! Who is this purple-haired man? Somebody get your mans." And then Rengoku and Akaza fight. And during the duration of the fight, Akaza keeps offering Rengoku a Rengoku. It keeps offering to turn Rengoku into a demon because Rengoku's the only demon slayer that he's fought in so far that stands a chance against him. And he's like, "I want to fight forever. Let me turn you into a demon." And
Yeah.
Rengoku's like, "Oh hell no!" And
Mm-hmm.
it gets to a point where Rengoku almost kills Akaza, but then Akaza shoves his arm through Rengoku.
And turns
But
him into
Rengoku,
the best god tier donut ever.
yeah, best donut ever. But Rengoku almost chops his head off, except Tanjiro and his little bitch ass had to get involved. And anyway, Tanjiro gets involved. Akaza ends up escaping, and Rengoku dies.
Yeah, he does.
Sadly.
Sadly.
Sayonara,
Arigato. Yeah, that's what that song's from. That's a song by Lisa.
Rengoku's death music.
Yeah. And then okay, and so after that they do the entertainment district arc. I'm gonna try to speed run this arc because there's not a lot. It's the opening the song that we're doing is the opening for that arc. He meets with the Sound Hashira. Oh god, I'm blanking on his name. What's
Tengen.
Tengen Usui. He's a Sound Hashira. He used to be a ninja. Sad backstory. Blah blah blah. His whole clan got killed. He's got 3 of the hottest anime girls ever. Like they're like,
Oh yeah, Tengen has 3 wives because he's just that saucy.
and they're all so thick. But whatever. And then so there's these twin demons, upper moon, lower moon 1 or upper moon 6. I'll put it somewhere up there. Daki and Yutaro, and Daki is kind of useless. She's like the demon of fabric. Like she can make herself into like an obi, which is this belt that girls wrap around their kimonos, and Gyutaro is like scythes and like blood that can poison you. Um, but so they're fighting and such great animation. Tengen gets an eye cut out and an arm cut off, and he's still batting Gyutaro. And then Tanjiro. Oh yeah, and Zenitsu unlocks he can only use one form, so he's kind of a failure. Thunderclap and Flash, but he uses Thunderclap and Flash 6 times, and then in this arc, he uses Thunderclap and Flash Godspeed, which is just the coolest thing ever. He eventually becomes able to use another form, but we'll talk about that later because it's my favorite moment in the whole manga.
It's honestly one of the best moments
That's
ever.
a whole reason why I bought 17 is because that moment's in it. And
Mm,
so
dude, when I read it, I had to screenshot it because it was just so good.
yeah, it's so cool. I forget the name, but I'll say it. And then they kill them both by cutting off their heads at the same time. Tanjiro unlocks his his scar transformation. What's that
It's
called
called
again?
the Demon Slayer mark.
Yeah, the Demon Slayer mark. It's when your blood gets real hot and whatever, and your blade turns hot red as well.
Well,
Um,
the Demon Slayer mark does different things for different people.
yeah, and then okay, and then they go Hot Spring Blacksmith Village arc where they
Blast.
fight
That's
where they
they
fight
were.
Upper
I,
Moon 5 and Upper Moon 4, Upper Moon 4 and 5, and they have the Love Hashira and the Mist Hashira. The Love Hashira's name is Mitsuru, something like that.
Mitsuri.
And
And
then
then the
what
sound the
Mist
Mist Hosh name is um
what's
I don't know. Let me look it up.
no, I got it. His name Muichiro Tokito. Okay, I knew that. And then it's on
And
two more
he's
time.
important. We're gonna talk about him later because he's really important.
He is of the bloodline of Yorichi.
Yeah, he's a descendant from the Upper Moon One.
Yeah, Yorichi's brother. And that's a whole big arc that we got to speed run through. So Upper Moon 4, he's in a little pot and he can do things with his pot. Upper
Mm-hmm.
Moon 5 can split into like different elements. Like each of them, like every time you chop off his head, it splits into two things. So you got to keep splitting him until each one gets super weak. And then, oh, and
He's
Nezuko,
And then Murichi unlocks the second Demon Slayer mark.
Demon Slayer Mark. And then, oh yeah, by the way, in the Entertainment District arc, Nezuko unlocked like Ultra Instinct Demon form. She gets these like
She gets
tendrils along herself, and she gets big booba.
Awaken Nezuko, I think is
Yeah,
what her name.
and then
And then
she does that here. But Nezuko gets in the sunlight. But then we see this beautiful panel, I think, where Nezuko just turns to Tanjiro in the sunlight, and while she's smiling and just lives. She becomes the first demon to ever live through sunlight. And Tanjiro also unlocks the ability to do something called see into the see-through world. But he does that he masters that technique later when he fights spoiler in the next arc. Um last two more arcs. We get the Mugen Castle, just the castle. Whenever they go into time, the Muzan's castle, Muzan has gathered all his upper moons in this castle that's constantly shifting around and trying to like separate the people. And uh,
did we forget the arc about the Demon Slayer's like head dude? The way that he gets.
no, that's like shortly before this. The Demon
Oh,
Slayer's head guy is a blind dude who has always fought Muzan, and his family has an illness where they die, and he dies. He gets blown up, and all
uh,
the Hashiras are like, oh yeah, all the Hashiras. Stone Hashira is Gyome,
Gyome God tier, and the thing about Gyome is he's the only one who doesn't use a sword. He
and
uses
he's
an axe with like a ball and like a ball and chain at the
kind
bottom
of like
of it. Yeah, yeah,
a
a
mace
mace
at the
kind of.
end. It's like the spiky ball. I'll show it. And he's the strongest of all the demon slayers, Gyome. There's the
Easily.
snake Hashira.
Uh, what's his name?
Was he yours or Griffin's favorite
He was my favorite.
at one point? Yeah, sorry, Griffin. I'm not
He's
bleeping your
he
name out.
still is my favorite, dude. Him and Guillaume are my top two.
Yeah, there's the Wind Hashira.
Dude, did we talk about
Um,
that dude's brother? The Wind Hashira's
yeah,
brother?
Wind Hashira's brother. Why am I keep saying spoiler? He can eat demons and take on their powers for a little bit. He's also got a shotgun whose bullets are made of Nichiren steel, which is the substance.
He can't use any breathing forms, so in order to get stronger, he became like part demon. And he's the only character in the series to ever use a gun.
which is kind of legendary. He has a double barrel shotty, which fires Nichiren pellets. So they're fighting Gyome Muichiro, Wind Hashira, whose name it's like Hashi something, Hashibara Hashizawa. I don't remember. And they're fighting upper rank 1, who's he's freaky. I already explained him. Upper Moon 2 is a guy named
Kokoshibo. That's Griffin's.
Kokushibo.
That's Griffin's
Kokushibo.
favorite.
Kokushibo.
Griffin saw him and he was like,
Yeah. Neuron activation. And then and then they fight him, they win. Wind Hashira brother dies, Muichiro dies. Unfortunately, that's really sad. A lot of people die in this, by the way. Doma, who's upper rank 2, he's ice, kind of. He can control ice stuff. He kills.
the most messed up of all the demons because
Yeah,
he's
he
actually
like
responsible
absorbs ladies into him.
and
So
he's also responsible for killing Inosuke's mom.
yeah, which we find out. He kills the butterfly Hashira, which we forgot to mention. Good old Kanae. I don't remember her name. I'll put it somewhere.
But the butterfly Hashira's the insect Hashira's sister becomes the new.
Well, her disciple.
Yeah, it becomes the new.
The disciple uses this eye thing. I don't know if it's in here. I'll try and look it up real quick. But they fight. She and Inosuke fight Doma, and they beat him. Tanjiro and Giyu fight Akaza, and Giyu awakens his mark.
Tanjiro learns how to use the
see-through world.
And
he
actually taught that by Akaza, isn't he? Like in
kind
the middle
of
the fight.
yeah.
Akaza
well, no, he doesn't teach him, but he learns from Akaza.
Yeah, he learns from Akaza.
Because Akaza uses this thing called like the compass.
Where he can see all the organs and see which one's about to contract first to see what they're gonna do first.
Yeah, he can see the compass guides him to your weakness. Like he can always accurately pinpoint where the weakest spot in your attack is and attack that for the most damage. So they kill him. Akaza almost becomes the most overpowered demon because he gets his head cut off and then he's just like walking around still and he's like regrowing. But then he is like, I think it's finally time to die, and he just kills himself.
Yeah. So Akaza could have been one of the strongest, except he was like, you know what? I'm kind of tired of this.
Well, he had lived forever. He killed everybody he had ever loved.
He lost the woman that he loved, man.
And he killed the big buff dude. I don't remember his name. Who trained him? I don't even think we know his name. And then they get it down, so it's just Muzan. Oh yeah, Tamayo gets absorbed into Muzan, which poisons him at the same time. She poisons him and like that.
Wait. You're forgetting the best part of that.
Oh yeah, Zenitsu fights the his fellow student, whose name is Kaigaku. He's Upper Moon 6.
And Zenitsu's grandpa, who was his teacher, taught both of them, and Zenitsu was like the bad student, and Kaigaku was the good one, because Kaigaku could use all the forms except one.
Except the one that Zenitsu could use.
Yeah. And Zenitsu perfected that. So Kaigaku was kind of jealous, and he thought that Zenitsu shouldn't have been another student. He should have been the only student.
Yeah, and then Kaigaku got turned into a demon. He turned himself into a demon, and so unfortunately, Zenitsu's grandpa commits suicide. That's this panel right here. It's so that's so emotional because of you. The old man killed himself, and then he defeats him using his newest form. He comes up with his own form. Zenitsu does. It's called Thunder Breathing 7th Form. I literally have goosebumps right now just looking at it. Honoi Kazuchi no Kami. I think it means like fiery thunder dragon god. I'll look it up and I'll put it up there, but it's just so epic. Like you can see the dragon right here, kind of, and it rips all the clothes off his back and it cuts off the guy's head. Okay, and so yeah, that's the most epic. I'm gonna be so hyped when that's animated. I just want to hear it come out of that actor's voice. Oh, oh.
They end up. So the demon slayers that are left are the reptile, the love, Hashira, Giyu's left. Tengen's alive, but he's protecting.
He's protecting the children who
Yeah,
are
yeah,
helping, and he and Rengoku's dad are protecting the children who are kind of giving instructions through these crows. Oh yeah, the each demon slayer has a helper through a crow.
right. So those five are there. Also, the love Hashira is there.
Wind.
Wind Hashira. The main three are there. Nezuko's there.
Well, no, she's with Daki
Well, no, Nezuko's with the Rokadaki.
because she just took a medicine made by Tamayo to turn her back into a human while this fight is all going
Like,
on.
wait, but doesn't she still have like the powers of a demon? Like she's human, but she has the powers.
I don't know. I don't think it's ever addressed in the
Oh,
afterward.
so most of the Hashira, right, are alive.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them.
But then we get the final fight. It's just Muzan left. He turns into this thing with white hair. It's on the cover of the final issue, second to final issue. I don't know. It's sick. He's got like a mouth in his stomach. I don't remember. And he's bad. He's big and he's bad and he's really strong. And they like all of them die. They basically just have to keep him outside until like for 6 hours.
Wait, hold on. Let me explain this. So the love Hashira, the reptile Hashira, they die together because they love each other.
No. The reptile Hashira doesn't die.
I thought he died.
No, I thought he
I thought they died. I thought they both died.
I thought the love Hashira dies in his arms, and he's like, maybe we could, because they both recognize that they love each other, right? As they die, or as one of them dies.
No, they both die because the reptile Hashira loses too much blood, and it's a panel that shows their dead bodies. Anyway, they die. Guillaume, who's a G, he dies.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Moments before dying, he confesses. Oh, Mitsuri. It was Mitsuri.
All right. Most of them died. The only people that are left are Giyu, the Wind Hashira, the main three, and
Tengen, but he's as we said before.
Tengen, but he's doing something, right? He's doing something. Anyway, so the Muzan is almost dead because the sun's almost up. So he turns into this like
baby. Yeah, he turns into this big baby, and he tries to go underground.
He tries to go underground, but he can't do it. And Tanjiro, to keep him there, ends up going inside of his ends up stabbing him. But Muzan ends up making Tanjiro go inside of his stomach, and Tanjiro's kind of just trying to kill him from the inside out. But the thing about it is, and this is one of the sickest things I've ever seen. Muzan knows he's gonna die, so what he does is he turns Tanjiro into a demon while he is inside.
As his final act, and this is where the famous demon god, demon king Tanjiro is from. The famous image where it's like, it's like the breath, and he's like looks crazy. But in all reality, they fight Tanjiro for like 2 seconds, and then Nezuko pops up and like hugs him, and he's fine. Like it's not he doesn't turn into a demon forever, obviously. And then there's this little image where we're inside Tanjiro, and Muzan's like, "You could have all the power," and he's dragging Tanjiro down, but then all the hands are coming down and like pulling Tanjiro back up. It's a sick image. Yeah. And then
the next thing that happens is it cuts to the two Hashira that are left being kind of like praised by the girls that were helping them, and like the advisors to the main demon slayer dude.
Yep.
And it kind of just cuts to, after that it cuts to a point in the future where it's like a modern Japan, and it's like the ancestors of those people, and they look exactly like them. And Tanjiro.
Well, we do see Tanjiro. Well, no, Tanjiro wakes up in a bed, and he can't see out of one eye anymore. One of his arms, he can. It's like just basically sticks. The new butterfly Hashira, one of her eyes is just completely shot. I think, and she can barely see out of the other. And yeah, and then we cut to like as you said, present time, and it's just our main characters, but they have kids. And then there's this little after comic about their kids.
Well, it's not really their kids. It's that they're like great great great
Yeah,
grandchildren.
our
Really good.
ancestors, and we see a picture. We see a picture of all the Hashiras,
Yeah.
or sorry, the picture of all the characters like on the wall in a frame.
And the thing about it is everybody gets happy endings. The reptile Hashira and the and Mitsuri get together, right? Guillaume, because
But oh yeah, Gyome dies happily after being accepted by the orphans that
that he failed to protect because a demon let them in. And actually,
well
one of
no,
the
one of the orphans let the demon in, is what I
and
think you
that
meant to say.
orphan was Kaigaku.
And that orphan was Kaigaki, which just shows you how good this freaking storytelling is, because Kaigaku let the demon in and then he turned into a demon. It's just like,
Yeah, and Gyome's main thing for becoming a demon slayer was he wanted to protect people because he couldn't protect the orphans. So he ends up becoming like a caretaker for kids in like the present times. Um,
well, his ancestor does.
yeah, his ancestor does.
That's about it.
That's kind of it. I mean, one of them's a Guillaume's. Not Guillaume. Uh, Giyu's what, a teacher now?
I have no idea. I didn't read the OVA. Well, I read it, but I've read through Demon Slayer 3 or 4 times, but I have not. I've only read the OVA once, or I don't know if it's even an OVA, just the extra chapter. Talk about Zankyo Sanka real quick. Um, Zankyo Sanka by Amer is the it's I'm just gonna be honest, it's better than Gurenge by Lisa. It's just way more hype, way more cool. The music video is super weird.
But the thing about it is,
Um,
it's the main theme of the entertainment district arc, and it's like loud and explosive, and it kind of makes you feel like you're actually in there. It's a good representation of the anime arc itself.
yeah, and there's I love how well the images on screen while you're watching the opening like play out go along with the music. Like there's this scene where like the beat drops and like everything starts happening, and then at the end of the song it's like da 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 da, all the fireworks are going off, and like they're standing and looking at them on a roof, and it's like wow, this is great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's better than Gurenge by Lisa. It's by Amer. Oh yeah, Xavier. And guys, here's a little foreshadowing for next episode. Episode 1 of Chainsaw Man just came out today. So look forward to Chainsaw Man for our next episode.
Hold on, wait, I gotta check how many. I haven't read it in a. I've been trying to keep up to date with it, but I gotta see how many chapters I have to read.
There's only 1 or 2. We're up to date. We've read past the
There's two. There's two.
we're on the high school arc right now, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah, which is like the arc after like the main story. Like I'm on chapter
I think it's public
106.
safety arc.
Yeah, I'm on
So
chapter 104 after 10.
we will see you next time. Check out our Chainsaw Man video.